Summertime by George will feature G.B. Leighton tonight. Joining us now is frontman Brian Leighton. And Brian, can you tell us how the band got started?
When I was 14, I just, picked up the guitar, started writing songs and stuff, and it felt really good to me. And when I got out of high school, I tried college, but it just wasn't my thing. So kind of got a band together and got my songs out there, and something clicks with my audience that they, wanted to listen to me. So they started coming out, and it's just been kind of growing ever since.
So you've been playing music now for a while. How has it changed over the years?
I think the music in general that you hear on the radio has changed since I started. I don't think I've really changed. I mean, I've done some different style albums throughout my career, but I think they're pretty close to what I've always been. I mean, I've always been influenced by country music and by rock and roll, and I've kind of mixed the two together, like, Mellencamp, Springsteen, Tom Petty, and but country music today is almost like pop or rock music. So I think that's what I'm saying. That I think that's changed more than me changing to the times. I think the music has changed, and I've kind of stayed the same, and kind of been there doing the same type of thing the whole time.
Brian, you have a total of 11 studio albums, including your latest album, Get Up. What was it like putting that album together?
Now, that one was meant to be a little bit more country. And, I've always been a singer that, I love the way that Elvis, would do a gospel album or a rock and roll album or a blues album or a country album, and it's like, that's always been kind of the way I want to sing. There's nothing I'm affected by a lot of different kind of music out there, and I love it all. So I like playing it all, and so I play everything from, my originals, of course, but, there's country influence in all of it. And, I love AC/DC. So, once in a while we'll crank out an AC/DC song just for fun, or whatever. But, Get Up was meant to be a little bit more country, and it was a great experience. I went down and recorded it in Nashville with some top A players, studio guys down there, and it was produced by a guy named Tommy Harden, who he and I wrote a bunch of the songs together, and he is Reba McEntire's drummer, and he kind of knew that whole genre of music and stuff. And so we set out to write a country album because, my fans for years have been, you should write a country album. So I did. And, the next one, who knows what that will sound like, I don't know. Just kind of whatever I'm kind of writing at the time. So.
Now, all the albums you've produced have been without a major record label. Is that more difficult to do?
Well, it's been working for me so far. I mean, it's kind of funny because it's like this world now has turned into this overnight success thing, and it's, The Voice and America's Got Talent, or the other one, American Idol. And it's kind of like these young kids think it's got to be overnight or nothing, and it doesn't, I mean, I've started playing bars, when I was 18, 19 years old, and, I've worked for it. I've worked hard for it, and the work is paid off, I mean, this is my job. This is what I do. It's paid for my house and my cars and, my kids' sports, and, it's paid for all the stuff that people need to work a job to do. And so, yeah, I've been very fortunate, but, owning your own stuff too is not a bad thing either, because you make more money selling it outright, but it's just harder to get bigger crowds in other areas, if you're traveling and stuff like that. In the Midwest, I do pretty good, but if I want to travel around the country, yeah, it'd be nice to have a radio hit. So, I mean, I'm always searching for that, but you never know.
Let's get to your concert tonight down at Summertime by George. Are you excited to be back in St. Cloud?
Yeah, definitely. We played there the last year that they had the Showmobile. That was 2 years ago, and then last year they had that new amphitheater, and that was just amazing. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's a great place to play, and it's always fun to see all the people out hanging out and stuff like that. So love it.
Now, what would you say is one of your favorite parts about playing outside at Lake George?
I love playing in the heat. It's a lot better than like air conditioning bars and stuff like that, because I just like, if I'm sweating, I like sweating, and it feels really good on the throat to have humidity in the air and stuff like that to sing. But it's Minnesota, and it's like, if you can play outside in the summer, that's where the people are going to be, because nobody wants to really be inside. I mean, in the winter, yeah, but in the summer, people like the festivals, like getting out and hanging out, and that's why I like the outdoor stuff.
Brian, thanks for your time. G.B. Leighton hits the stage at 6:30. Opening tonight's concert is award-winning songwriter Julie Patchouli and guitarist Bruce Hecksel.